we're at the end of our time together. Thank you so much for your engaged participation, for your great questions, for the interactive nature with which you participated in our time together. Thanks for trusting us. Thanks for building a relationship with us and the rest of our presenters, because when that works, when we can see people viewing and looking at us and talking to us in that way, it helps with the flow of information, with communication. It helps then with the most important part of this process, and that's turning learning into action. The reality is, though, that you're going to leave here with lots of enthusiasm and optimism and a whole lot of notes and things you want to do. And pretty soon that optimism will fade. Not because it's no longer important or relevant and you don't believe anymore in the things that you learnt that you wanted to act on, but because things will get in the way. And it's not so much that doctors are procrastinators, it's just that what's on the top of your to-do lists, is pretty important stuff. And often, like almost anybody in every other profession, you don't look after yourself first, you look after everybody else first. So we're going to help you with that. Before I get to that, I love Charles Darwin's one of my heroes. I just think that what he came up with when he came up with it against the accepted knowledge and conventional wisdom of the time was incredible bravery. And what he says about change, I think, is really important, and I want you to try this on for size. In order to have an efficient, effective professional, business, financial and personal life, to achieve what wealth means to you, you're going to need to change. You're going to need to change around how you deal with things. You're used to being in control all the time and doing everything yourselves. I know doctors, I know you guys inside out. You are control freaks in a good way, but that doesn't always lend itself to optimal results. You're going to need to build a team of people, and you're going to need to trust that team of people only when they have rewarded your trust or rewarded your commitment to them. Don't trust straight away. We'll get to that in a moment. So from here on, what do? Review your notes, whatever notes you've taken. Prioritize your actions. Diarize calls, meetings, discussions, appointments with existing advisors and consultants in your lives. You're going to, I'll come to what I'm going to do in a moment. There are what I like to call a Fantastic Four. Everybody that you've seen here over the last few days is important, or someone like them, specialising in their discipline. But the most important people in your lives moving forward, really, I think, are your accountant, your financial advisor. Your financial advisor ties in with people like Tal and others who specialise in aspects of that. So when I say financial advisor, look for, investment specialists, as well as risk managers, your banker, your financier, your solicitor. You need these people on speed dial. And you need to get to a point in your life as quickly as possible where they become very important key members of your team moving forward. Choosing your team. They need to be unconflicted. Advisors, not salespeople. That will only come if they are independent of the big product providers and manufacturers, working for you, not for them, for their bosses. They need to be medico client specialists. They need to be recognised industry leaders. They need to take on the role of educator. You want a collaborative relationship with them, not one of them telling you what to do, but rather you coming together and working on solutions. That will only happen if they're good communicators, if they've educated you to a point where you're making informed decisions with them. As much as possible, try to deal with an owner of the business, or at least someone who's in a very senior position. You don't want to be working with the interns of that specialty or that business discipline. There need to be at least staff specialists or consultants at a very high level. Now, having said that, I love this Indian proverb, American Indian proverb about advice. It says that it must be from a respected source and balanced against your own knowledge and instincts. This is important. The fact that you're here and have spent the time that you have with us means that you get that. You don't just want to trust blindly. You want to lift your level of knowledge, as I keep saying, so that you can make informed decisions. So balance what you're getting advice from your accountants, your lawyers, your financial advisors, your property people, your marketing consultants and so on, against your own instincts. And remember that advice, whilst it brings many rewards, it does honour the giver, it enhances the receiver, but it's about creating perspective. At the end of the day, the decisions are yours and you shouldn't abrogate them. But you've got to make decisions. Don't be like this person who said, I need advice, never mind, I already did the stupid thing. You need to make decisions, and you should always filter those through the right advisors. So where to from here? We're going to collate all the feedback that you punched into your course apps. I'm going to send you a text on Tuesday. Not a phone call, but I did say text, yeah. I'm going to send you a text. It may even be tomorrow, depending on how I feel when I get up. I like to take Mondays off after these events. But I may send you a text either tomorrow or on Tuesday, and I'm going to ask for a time for us to speak, sometime through the week. Preferably this week rather than next, but that's up to you and your availability. We may take half an hour or as long as you want. I'm happy to be on the phone with you for as long as you need to go through what came out of our time together and to help you put together an action plan, a prioritised action plan. And if that requires more information to you, whether it be in written materials or other resources that we have that we can send to you, or links that I can provide and so on, I'll do that. Or if it's about setting you up to have a one-on-one consultation with any of our presenters, I'll organise that for you as well. It may even be for you to have a discussion, or for me to coordinate a discussion with an existing consultant or advisor of yours. Happy to participate in that as well. But our role doesn't stop here. Our role is an ongoing one, and we want you to think of us as a resource, and that process of converting education into action starts when we contact each other later in the week.